So in this last video, let us look a little bit into how the digital future is actually created right now. And let us zoom into one of these factories. There's a tendency, as I said, to digitize information and communication processes because they have a lot of advantages, and that basically leads to the fact that, well, we can actually create entire factories where digital processes work among themselves. This is a car manufacturer, and as you can see, very few people involved. These are 275 robots, basically with digital information and communication flows among them. Lots of communication and coordination taking place, all digitized. And this is not a sci-fi movie. This is a real car manufacturing machine. That's what they look like these days. These robots, these algorithms among them basically communicate and coordinate and create the cars that we all drive in. And it has a lot of benefits. It's cheaper, it's programmable. By digital communication, they leave a trace in the storage that is digitally connected to it, which then can be analyzed, processes can be optimized, they can be coordinated. And that's actually what's happening. So I invite you also to look at another video here with the link provided to see how actually robots or digital algorithms take a rise in the workplace. It's a 1 or 2 minute video about that. And well, since we all enter this labor market, this is an important thing to consider and see how that works. We also, to give another future take on it, it's not only that we bring the different economic actors together, we ourselves, we always want to get closer and closer to digital communication flows because they have so many advantages and they happen so incredibly fast. This here is a brain-computer interface, BCI, or brain-machine interface. BMI, if you want to Google it and look it up more. Basically what it does, it reads the neural firings of the brain, and with that indication, it can then give instructions to the computer. So basically you can surf the internet with your thoughts. You can read more about what are the limitations of that, but you know, it works very well for people that are paralyzed, quadriplegic people, for example, that cannot move, not even their face muscles. And they can, in the easiest case, think about a football, and an F will then be printed on the screen, and that's how they can spell, how they can communicate. But it's not only to communicate outwards. This is obviously financed by the Defense Ministry as well. If pilots just think about turning right with the plane and the plane already turns right, you know, you save yourself a millisecond, which might cost, you know, at least a very expensive airplane or the life of the pilot. Or as I said, quadriplegic people. We can also now, the scientists already made direct brain-to-brain communication, digital communication. For example, in this video here, we can see that one scientist plays a video game, but he's not connected to the joystick. He just thinks about playing a video game, a pirate video game, and when the ship comes along, he thinks about, now I should move my right hand and fire. But since he doesn't have a joystick, he is connected to his colleague across campus on the other side, and he doesn't see the video game, but his brain is connected to this brain-computer interface, and his brain receives impulses translated from this other brain, which tells him when to fire. And that's actually how they did play the video game. So basically they connected their two brains in digital telepathy and played a video game together. That happened in 2013. Of course, wearables are a very important thing, you know, that's coming up with technology that allows me to hear people who are far away, or technologies that allow me to guide my motor skills so I can draw much better. And that basically converts us a little bit in cyborgs, you know, just like RoboCop back in the day predicted. Now, is that good or bad? It is what it is, and actually we are already on the way. You might say that I decided a long time ago to become a cyborg because I have these information enhancing technologies that allow me to see much better than my limited human capacities possibly could. So I'm already technologically enhanced in my information processing capacities, and this is just going on the same way. Now, this can be very dangerous, and we will have other lectures where we will talk about how to make sure that this technology is put at the service of humankind. So this wraps it up. We had 4 questions today. We started to ask about what is technology and how does it evolve. We saw that the evolution of technology, the incessant evolution of technology, basically also translate into how societies evolve. So we asked, how does technology shape social evolution? And we saw that they both happen in these continuous and consecutive waves that come along and drive what we call progress. Then we ask about what are the particularities of digital technologies that shape this current transformation of the way society does things and the way society works. And we look specifically on impacts of society and gave some examples of how the society, especially the economy, is impacted. Well, thank you very much for your attention. I hope you had as much fun as I did.